Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is your favorite YouTuber Mukesh Soni. In this video, I'm going to talk about the new syllabus of third semester BCOM General English, that is called the SCP syllabus, which is introduced in the year 2025. And we are discussing here Bangalore University third semester BCOM General English SCP syllabus in detail. So let's begin it. A bird view of the complete syllabus. So you have here two important units. The very first unit, which has the title literary component, that means to say you have the stories, poem, and one novel as well, and which has the weightage for 50 marks. So you have here five important components under literary component. Number one, novella. Which novella you have here? Parinita. That's written by Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay, one of the famous Bengali writer. Then short story, Marriage is a Private Affair by Chinua Achebe. Another poem, Strange Meeting by Wilfred Owen. And the short story, Roti, written by P. Lankesh, famous Kannada writer. Then another poem, one more poem, A Cobbler Cannot Be a Poet by Arvind Malagatti. So these are the lessons you have in under the literary components. All right, now let's begin with the second component which you have in your one more thing here. These five lessons have the weightage for 50 marks. How much? What's the weightage? 50 marks. You have the weightage here. Then we are moving to the unit 2. That's always called as the language component. That has the weightage for 30 marks. Under this unit, you have three important segments, three important components. One is exam edge. That's you have here worksheets based on the competitive examination. We'll discuss in detail. Job skills, and the job skills you will be learning here the important job skills like communication skills and the negotiation, etc. Similarly, the corporate communication. So there's an overlapping of the syllabus as well when you go through the content. So these three important topics which have the weightage for 30 marks. So 50 marks literature, 30 marks language totally, 80 marks question paper you are going to write in the examination, as well 20 marks for the internal test. The same format which you had in the first and the second semester under SCP syllabus. Now we'll discuss the each and every lesson quite very briefly, not in detail. For detail, you need to watch my videos on each and every topic, and very shortly you'll be getting on my channel. So begin it. Let's have a discussion. Novella, as I told you, you have here novella for 30 marks. Which novella you have here? Parinita. You have one novella titled Parinita. And this Parinita novella is written by the famous Bengali writer Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay, who was born in West Bengal. And here we are not reading in Bengali language, we are reading in the English language. It's a translated version, translated by Shubhranshu Mitra. If you look at the image of the book, you can buy this book and you can go through the detailed the novel. Then what is the story about? The story is about a lady, a young orphan girl, Lalita, who is living with her poor uncle. She's an orphan and she's living with her poor uncle Gurucharan in Kolkata. And Gurucharan struggles to support his family and their rich neighbors and Shekhar. He shares very close bond with Lalita. When a newcomer, Girin, when somebody newcomer, he comes here and his name is Girin and he helps Gurucharan to repay his debts, and he then onwards all the plans begins for Lalita's marriage. So this is going to create a silent jealousy and a distance between Shekhar and Lalita. So this is going to create a stage, a kind of setting for the story of love, pride, and misunderstandings. So that's a brief introduction. I cannot tell you the complete story. And you can also watch one nice Hindi movie on this Parinita by Saif Ali Khan and one more famous actress. You can watch that movie. That's also very much famous movie, Parinita, and that's in Hindi language. if you would like to get the storyline of the whole this novella here, or you can read the text, but you need to wait for some time before I need to make a video on Parinita very shortly. I'll do it now. So that's this. Parinita is for how much marks here? 30 marks. That's what I would like to keep on emphasizing here. This is very, very important. 30 marks. Your 40% of your question paper is being covered by this novella, Parinita itself. So read very thoroughly, line by line, complete summary. And moreover, one more thing, let me tell you. From this particular Parinita, you won't be asked 2 marks question. So you are quite lucky here. Only 5 marks and 10 marks questions will appear. 5 marks, I think, 2 questions, and 10 marks, 2 questions, something like this. So this is how you will have the weightage for 30 marks. So if you know the complete storyline in detail, again, in detail, so it's easier for you to write the answer. Anyway, let's move to the next segment under literary component. Now we have here short story, 2 stories and 2 poems in the syllabus. And these 2 stories and 2 poems have the weightage for how much marks? 20 marks. And the very first story you have here, Marriage is a Private Affair by Chinua Achebe. He's a famous Nigerian author. And this story is about a boy, Nameka, who marries Nene against his father Okike's wishes because she's from a different tribe. Okike, Namika's father, breaks ties with him. He says that I have no relationship with you. Don't stay here. But after few years, he regrets his decision when he comes to know from his daughter-in-law that his grandchildren would like to meet him. So the story here highlights a clash between love and tradition. So very interesting story, and which is quite befitting in today's context where love marriage and arranged marriage, intercaste marriage happens. So we need to read the story in detail. And one more thing I forgot. I have already done a video on this particular chapter, and the link of Marriage is a Private Affair in the summary I'll post in this particular video's description box. You can see it. Then further, the second chapter we have here, Strange Meeting. It's a poem written by the famous war poet, British poet Wilfred Owen, who himself is a soldier. And the background of this poetry is here World War One, and it's the poem is written in 1918. It describes, excuse me, it describes a soldier's dreamlike journey into dark underground place. It may be a hell or afterlife. So where he meets the spirit of an enemy soldier he had killed. So here both the soldiers are dead. The story is something like this, and both the dead bodies are meeting with each other. So instead of anger, the enemy expresses sorrow over the waste and the futility of war. So through this encounter, the poet is going to highlight the humanity, the shared humanity between soldiers on opposing sides, and conveys one central idea. What's the central idea? The pity of war, the untold story, the horrors of the war. So the poem is known for its somber tone, use of pararhyme, and the very powerful anti-war message. So that's about the poem, Strange Meeting. I'm sorry, I've done a mistake here. You can just have a look here. Strange. So there's a typo error, right? It should be Strange Meeting. Now I cannot change. It's a continuous video, no editing. Okay, now we are moving to the third lesson, Roti. Roti, written by the most famous leading Kannada writer of post-independence India, who is a poet, playwright, short story writer, novelist, film director, journalist, as well as an activist, who is none other than P. Lankesh. And this Kannada story, Roti, is translated into English again by famous another Kannada writer who is very much closely associated with P. Lankesh, that is none other than Sir Natraj Hulia. So obviously, it should be a very interesting story. So this story is about a middle-aged village woman who visits her daughter in the city, but she feels quite uneasy and she decides to return home. At the railway station, a hungry beggar snatches her rotis, which is going to lead a great chaos on the station. The crowd makes fun of her. The police beat the beggar, and she's left with the confused and the haunted by his hungry, bloodied face. Whose face? She's quite confused that why they are beating him. The story highlights hunger, social hypocrisy, and the urban cruelty which ends without any kind of resolution. So this is a story, and very shortly I'll be doing video on this particular topic. Now, the last lesson under literature component we have here: a cobbler cannot be a poet. It's a poem. It's a poem which has been taken from the collection of poem called Silicon City and the Cuckoo. This poem is composed by Arvind Malagatti. Arvind Malagatti is from Vijayapura district, right? Again, he's also a famous Kannada writer, multifaceted literary contributions across poetry, folklore, fiction, drama, travel writing. So, very famous poet. So, this poem is about caste, equality, and respect for all kinds of work. So, there's an address to Bapu. Obviously, it should be about our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. And the poet compares the cobbler's job and his own work as a poet. He shows how society judges people by their caste and links even art to somebody's background. So the poem says that while everyone is human, the life experiences of different castes cannot be swept, and each person's struggles and dignity are unique. So that's a brief story, or the brief, we can say, brief lineup about this particular poem. So these are the four chapters we have here, two stories and two poems, which have the weightage for 20 marks, and Parinita 30 marks. I'm sorry, Parinita, sorry, 30 plus 20, 30 plus 20, 50 marks. So Parinita 30, two poems, two short stories, 20, two short stories. How much marks here? 30 plus 20, 50. Now we have here another 30 marks are left out. 50 plus 30 plus 20, 50. Now 30 marks are left out. Here we have language component, and we have three important language component. And the most important thing which I like about this new syllabus is here the exam edge. Many of the students, they don't understand what is this topic about. So if you look at the screen here, I have mentioned all the grammar topics which you had studied in your from school and till your PUC life, or maybe till your second semester, right? But there are few terms are quite new, like para jumbles, completion jumble segment, all right, reading comprehension. So this particular unit has an objective here to prepare you for the forthcoming competitive examination. For example, many of you would like to opt for the government jobs or the corporate job, or maybe CAT examination, common aptitude test, that's or the PGCT for MCOM, or the CAT for the MBA, or any other entrance examination. So this unit is going to help you a lot when you are going to solve the English paper. So English is not going to leave you, remember, till you get the job. It will be always behind you, so you need to have a thorough understanding of the grammar and the other elements. So you can have a look, you can pause the video and you can go through that, which are the components in this particular unit, right? So we'll have a deep discussion in a particular separate video. And moreover, in your textbook, if you go through the textbook, you have a lot of worksheets. You can go through those worksheets, as well as I suggest you to download the government examinations question paper, SDA, FDA, RBI, and SSC examination, CAT examination. These question papers you download and you solve those English particular paper. And the more question papers you solve, the more fluency and the accuracy you will get about these particular questions. All right. So very important unit, you have here. And moreover, let me one more thing. This particular only one chapter has a weightage for 10 marks. 1 marks, 10 questions, just like mathematics. 10 marks questions will appear from this unit. Okay, now you have second unit you have here, job skills. So this is quite descriptive one, and here you will be learning the basics of communication skills and the teamwork, problem solving skills, critical thinking, digital financial literacy, the professional ethics, and the career management skills. You will be learning all these particular important components of job skills, and you can also have a look on the screen here: communication skills, teamwork, interpersonal skills. So this is a very theoretical unit. You need to go through the content from your textbook. So here you will be having 5 marks questions from here: 10 marks exam edge, 5 marks job skills. In the last unit you have here corporate communication. Under corporate communication you have two important units here: negotiation skills and the team building. And here you will learn here the importance of the corporate skills in today's business environment, and the key components of effective negotiation with examples, importance of team building as a corporate skill, and how does understanding organization structure and the work culture help the employees to succeed in the corporate setting. You will also learn here the role of ethics, integrity, the CSR, corporate social responsibility, in building a strong corporate identity, and emotional intelligence and the management skills. So this is again a theoretical unit, and here you will be asked here 5 marks questions. Okay, so totally 10 marks exam edge, 5 marks this one corporate communication skills, and 5 marks job skills. So this is your structure of the question paper or the complete syllabus. Now let's have a look at the QP pattern. So as I told you, Parinita has the weightage for 30 marks, 5 marks 4 questions, and 10 marks 1 questions. I think now it's more clear. 5 marks 4 questions and 10 marks 1 question. Then you have 4 lessons, 2 poems and 2 stories. Here you will be getting 2 marks questions, 2 marks 5 questions, and 5 marks 2 questions. You don't have 10 marks questions here. Very safe. Then 10 marks questions you have here from the worksheet, the exam edge 10 marks. Then job skills 2 into 5, 10 marks. Corporate communication 2 into 5, 10 marks. So this is how the question paper structure, the blueprint of your question paper. So this is how, friends, I have tried my best to give you an overview of the complete syllabus of third semester BCOM General English SEP syllabus, which is going to be which has been started from the year 2025 under Bangalore University. For more videos, summaries, and the other important segments, stay tuned with my channel Mukesh English. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like the video, write in the comment box, and once again, thank you so much.